right now, we're working on a Cadillac Escalade, 2002 6-liter engine, 2-wheel drive. It needs new drive belts. There's the big serpentine belt in front, and then a little AC belt down below in the back. So we're going to get on that right now. Okay, first thing we're going to do is remove the boot, or the intake pipe, whatever you want to call this thing. That's in the way. It's just held in with some clamps, which you can unscrew. There's one here at the mass airflow sensor. There's another one back at the throttle body. Then this radiator hose is clipped in, which you gotta pop out. Conveniently, this one's already been removed or never put back. Let's see. And I think that's gonna be about it. I have to loosen it quite a bit to get it out. There we go. Okay, so these hose clamps, well, if you want to call them that, they can be kind of a pain in the butt, but I don't know what the official way is to open these, but I found that if you just wedge a little small pocket screwdriver in there to push the locking tab in, then you can take a second screwdriver and pry it open. There you go. Because this tab right here is what locks in place inside here. Now it's released. So we want to take this cover off. We'll do that next. Okay, so we want to take this upper cover that protects you from getting hit by the fan. And basically it's just held in by these clips and some couple of 10mm head bolts up top. Actually, to get these clips out, one of these door trim tools works pretty good. And actually, I sprayed WD-40 on there as well because it helps things slide better and come out more easily. Because sometimes these things like to get jammed. And so there we go. They come out really easy when you do it this way. Okay, so we did the clips on both sides. There's 4 of the plastic clips total on either side of this cover. And now we're going to do the 10mm head bolt. Direction. Alright, so there's 2 of these, 1 on each side, and then the cover will be able to come out. Yep. Sticking a little bit. There we go. It basically has enough resistance from the fan clutch that you can just turn the fan and it'll unscrew from the pulley. So this isn't actually totally necessary, but it's not hard to do and it'll make a lot more room for us to go in and change the belt. Okay, so right now we are ready to take off the serpentine belt, the main belt. There's the tensioners right here on the upper left. If you take a 15mm, you can use long handle wrench or one of those serpentine belt tools, or in this case we're just using a big breaker bar with a 15s because it gives us lots of leverage, which makes it real easy. and then you just crank it clockwise to release the tension, and then at a certain point it'll stop, and then you just take off your belt, and then you'll definitely need to know how to route it when you put it back. But there's a diagram up here on the cover over the radiator, and it shows you how to do it. There we go. Okay, here is the serpentine belt routing diagram that is on the plastic cover. It's on the passenger side, and it shows you how to run the serpentine belt, and then it also shows the AC belt in the back. So we're going to follow that when we put it all together. Okay, so here's the second tensioner way down here on the left, and that one just has you just put a 3/8 ratchet or extension. What seems to work well is the ratchet with a 3-inch extension, and you just push it down and then take off your belt, which might be a little tricky because there's not a lot of free play in it. Actually, I think this one's, I don't know what the trick is to this one. Maybe take it off of there. Yeah, I remember this one was hard to do on the top. Now it's coming back to me. This one kind of sucks. Ah! Does this count as a blooper? I think maybe actually should come off the back of the crankshaft pulley first. Is what it kind of looks like. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's the trick. Take it off the back of the crankshaft pulley, and it'll come right off. Alright, well, as you can see, this belt is deteriorating quite a bit. It's all cracked, and it was squeaking as well, so definitely time to get rid of it. And here's our new ones. We got them from the dealer. We got a 960 millimeter for the AC belt and a 2,365 millimeter for the serpentine belt. But this can vary depending on your model. Oh, and also the alternator. This one is for a 130 amp alternator. So if you may have a different one, and it may not use this exact belt here. So definitely get the specs on your vehicle. The alternator has a stamp on it. Actually, we can show you that. Okay, here's our alternator. It's marked 130 amp right there, 130A, and that's a detail that the parts store is probably going to need to know in order to get you the correct belt. Okay, so to put the new belt on, we're going to go over and behind the crankshaft pulley, then over onto the AC pulley. Then once that's all lined up in the grooves, I'm going to get it onto the tensioner pulley, and then we got to release the tension and get it onto the crankshaft pulley, and it popped back off of there. You got tensioner, and then release, and now we're back in business. Okay, now we get to route the serpentine belt around all the pulleys, and just follow your diagram. Oops. The way the belt's all folded up from being in the package, probably gonna make it more fun. Let's see. Alright, I think we're almost there. So I got it wrapped around all the pulleys except for this idler here, because that's a nice smooth pulley that I can slide the belt onto. So I release the tension, and let's see if this works. We have it all in place. There we go. Nice tight fit. Okay, now we're putting the fan and clutch assembly back on. There we go. I'm just gonna spin it on and just give it a little snug with the big wrench, and that seems to work. There we go. Okay, now we're just going to put our fan cover back in. Gotta push the radiator hose out of the way. There we go. There we are. Just make sure everything lines up. Your plastic clips and your little bolts here. That one. Let's see. Clips. Alright, we're just going to finish it up by tightening. There we go. And we're going to clip in radiator hose, snap in our other hose here. It also snaps into this clip, this other radiator hose clip. And then last we gotta put in our air intake boot. Make sure everything lines up before you go tightening anything. There we go. Alright. There we go.